tonight. We have our current Democratic incumbent, Zack, his Republican challenger, Bob Gibbs, and the Constitutional Party, Lindsey Sutton. Lindsey, we welcome you here. And we are going to alter the format ever so slightly for this, and I think, gentlemen, you three have all been informed of this, but we will go to a 2-minute opening statement from each of you, and then when we do questions, you will each have 2 minutes to answer that question. There will be no 1-minute response to the party who initially had that first question, so that we can get more questions in this evening. Now, having said that, I understand the order has been determined that Lindsey Sutton will open with his 2-minute opening statement.
I'd like to thank you and thank the members of the chamber that set this event up, and thank you for inviting me as a third-party candidate. I really appreciate that. I am Lindsey Sutton. I am the Constitution Party candidate. I'm originally from Harrison County, West Virginia. I spent 20 years in the United States Air Force. Following my retirement, because my wife had family in this area, we decided to retire to this area. Particularly when we first moved here, it was to Coshocton County, but now we live in Holmes County. We have 6 children. They're all adults. My oldest daughter is 37, my youngest daughter is 24, and I have a son, 29. Various ages between, I'm not sure I can get all right. Also have 4 grandchildren. And we all live within a few miles of one another right there in northwest Holmes County. I entered this race because I think that our country's in trouble. And I think that the reason that our country's in trouble is because we have failed to follow the U.S. Constitution. My whole candidacy is based on principle. You may have seen my signs, but it's more than a slogan. It is all a matter of principle at the federal level. The principles being the principles of our founding, and the Constitution being the instrument that puts those principles to work to protect our rights. I think we've strayed far too far from those principles, and I think we need to get back to them. I am a conservative. I was a Republican most of my adult life. It's becoming more and more difficult to see the claimers of the left and the right in the political spectrum. It's becoming blurred lines to really define which is which anymore. But we ultimately can all come together on the U.S. Constitution regardless of which side of the spectrum you fall on. It was based on the, I'm sorry, thank you.
Well, Mr. Sutton, you just met Ms. Grossman, and I'm sure Mr. Gibbs and Mr. Space will also make her acquaintance this evening. Having said that, we will now move to the Republican challenger, Bob Gibbs.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. Thank the Chamber for hosting this. It's always a good opportunity. This is what representative democracy is about. Hearing from the candidates and making a decision, an informed decision. My name is Bob Gibbs, and I reside in Holmes County. I've been here for 35 years now. I'm married to my wife, Jody, for 34 years, and we have 3 grown children. I've been self-employed since 1978 as a farmer. I like to say I've been on both sides of a paycheck, or more importantly, the front of the paycheck. And so I know the challenges, what businesses are going through, and what it takes to create jobs. And currently I'm the state senator from the 22nd Senate District. You know, this campaign season, again, you turn your TV and you get tired of all the rhetoric and all the commercials. And it's more important, this election is one of the most important elections in our lifetime, or at least decades, because our country's at a crossroads. And my opponent and his colleagues in Washington, they want to take us down a path of bigger government, higher taxes, higher costs, and billion-dollar bailouts for companies that don't deserve it. What we need to do, they're creating uncertainty with all that policies, and we need to restore the confidence so our private sector will have the confidence to invest in their businesses, and employers will hire again and get jobs going. And if we don't do that, we're headed for an economic disaster. And it all goes back to the national deficit spending. And we need to correct the deficit spending. It's a national security issue. It's eroding our freedoms. We have a bigger government. More people are dependent on government. And we need to get people working again and get the economy going. And so if I have the privilege and the honor to represent you in the United States Congress, I will put us on a path of rewarding innovation and work hard every day to provide for you and your families lower taxes and more money in your pockets. And that way we will restore the confidence in our employers, our businesses, our innovators, and entrepreneurs will once again invest and create the jobs, get this country going on the right track. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob Gibbs. We'll turn now to our current congressman, the Democrat Zack Space. Zack, you have 2 minutes for your opening statement.
Thank you, Bob, and I would like to thank the Chamber for organizing this event. And of course, Kent State Regional Campus here in Tusk is such a great facility for our families and for our community, and of course Dean Andrews for the great work he's been doing with this facility. And I'd like to thank everyone here for bothering to show up and to listen to the candidates talk about the issues that are important to them. Bob's right about one thing, and that is that these are very difficult times. We've not seen times this difficult in this country in a long time. And I think that some of the issues that you're going to hear us talk about tonight, these general policy issues, are important. We need to know where we stand on issues like international trade, Social Security, and other issues like that. I think you'll see a stark difference between the candidates on those issues. And those issues are important because they show our priorities, and you have a right to know where we stand on those issues. They affect our country. But there's something more that a member of Congress has to be concerned with, and that is his district and his region. You have a right to expect that your member of Congress has a plan. And it's one thing to talk about platitudes and demagogue on issues. Sure, who wouldn't want to reduce taxes, cut spending, get the bureaucrats off our back? We all want that. But look to see which candidate provides a clear plan for success in this region. My priorities are here. They've always been here. My kids were born here, as was I, my wife, both my parents. My kids went to school in this building. This area means a lot to me. It means a lot to you. And I will not give up on our community for as long as I have this position. Thank you.
All right, thank you.